It was Christmas. My 9-year-old son's gift arrived, but along with it came an unexpected 50 customs bill. We're on a fixed income, and that extra money hurt. The company ignored me, dismissed me, and tried to brush me off with a measly voucher. Big mistake. Because by the time I was done, not only did I get my money back, I got the entire purchase refunded, and we kept the gift. If you've ever felt cheated by a big company, this story is for you. Hit that subscribe button and like this video, because what follows is proof that even one person standing up for what's right can bring a multi-million-dollar corporation to its knees. Now, let's dive in. It all started this past Christmas. My wife and I had been carefully planning presents for our 9-year-old son. Money is tight. Both of us are on disability, living on a fixed income. But like any parents, we wanted to make Christmas magical. One of the gifts we were most excited about was a football rebounder. It's basically a trampoline you kick a ball at, and it bounces back. The perfect way for a young football fan to practice on his own. We bought it from a big-name UK sports retailer through their Irish website. Easy, right? We thought so. A few days later, though, we got a notification. A courier company in those recognizable brown uniforms sent us a message. You owe customs charges on your package. Wait, what? We had nothing else on order. And we'd bought this gift from their Irish site. Why would there be customs charges? At first, we assumed it was a scam. My wife called the courier company to check, and after some digging, the awful truth came out. The rebounder had been shipped from the UK, routed through a different courier, and handed off to the brown uniform guys. And now, thanks to Brexit, they were slapping on a 50 import charge. Now, to someone else maybe 50 isn't the end of the world. But when you're already counting every euro at Christmas, that's groceries. That's heat. That's real. But we had no choice. We couldn't leave our son's gift sitting in some warehouse. So we paid it, and I made myself a promise. I'd deal with the retailer later. The next day, I started calling. I've worked in a call center before. I know those reps are just people doing their jobs. So I was patient, polite. I just wanted what was fair in my 50 back. But patience has limits. Day 1, 3 separate calls. Each time I sat on hold for over 20 minutes. Each time, they promised me a manager would call back. No one did. Day 2 vu, same runaround. More promises, more silence. By day 3, I'd had enough. I called again, waited even longer this time, and when I finally got through, I made it crystal clear. This isn't optional. Under Irish consumer law, additional charges have to be disclosed before purchase. At the very latest, on the final checkout screen. And I've tested it. Your site shows nothing about customs fees. You've violated consumer rights. I just want my 50 back. The rep, indifferent, almost smug. And then he tried to placate me with a 20 gift voucher. A voucher to spend on their site again. That was insulting enough. But then he read me a scripted statement. Would advise customers there may be DDU charges. Delivery duty unpaid. On any items shipped outside the UK. I stopped him. Where does it say that? He paused, then admitted he didn't know. That's when I lost it. I know exactly where it doesn't say it on my order. That's a violation of my rights. You have one last chance. Have a manager call me within the next 60 minutes, or I'm going public. And when I do, I'll tag every senior officer at your company. Then I hung up and waited. No call. The next day I went nuclear. I wrote a LinkedIn post, not a rant, but a carefully detailed account. How the company had hidden charges, how they'd ignored me, how their reps brushed me off with gift vouchers and nonsense scripts. And then, the kicker, I tagged every senior officer I could find, regional managers, European directors, the CEO. I didn't just make noise, I made it personal. And suddenly, things started moving. First, they tried to cover their tracks. The rebounder disappeared from their website, but they must have thought I was some clueless customer. What they didn't realize is, the internet has a memory. A quick cached Google search later, I had screenshots, the rebounder still appearing in search results. The product page that mysteriously vanished, the cached version showing it live just 2 days earlier. I added all of it to my LinkedIn post, with receipts. Then I tagged their executives again, and people noticed. The post gained traction. Comments rolled in. My inbox showed 3 mysterious, anonymous profile views. Gee, I wonder who those were? So I did what any good troll would do. I screenshotted those views too, added them as another update, and publicly mocked their incompetence. At this point, I wasn't just a customer anymore. I was a PR nightmare. The very next morning, my phone rang, a senior executive from their UK head office. Her tone was syrupy, practically begging. "We're so sorry, we want to make this right. What can we do?" I told her the truth. At first, I only wanted my 50 back. But after the lies, the stonewalling, the arrogance, that's not enough anymore. Here's what I want: my 50 back. A full refund for the entire purchase. And I keep the product. Silence. Then give me a couple hours. An hour later, she called back. She personally transferred 50 to my PayPal, then refunded the entire purchase and told me to keep the rebounder. Just like that, Justice. I hung up the phone and finally felt the weight lift. My son had his Christmas gift. We had our money back. More, actually. And a massive retailer had been forced to bow to one man who refused to be ignored. They thought they could push around a family on disability, slip in hidden charges, and hide behind call center walls. Instead, they learned you don't mess with a dad protecting his family, especially not at Christmas. At the end of the day, this wasn't just about 50. It was about respect. Companies forget that behind every order is a real person, a real family. And sometimes when they cross the line, justice doesn't come from a courtroom, it comes from LinkedIn. So, what do you think? Was my revenge fair or too much? Have you ever fought back against a company that tried to rip you off? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your story. And if you enjoyed this tale of Christmas justice, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Because trust me, there are plenty more stories where this came from.